Well, it is October 30th. Last I checked about 30 minutes ago, it was 6 degrees out Fahrenheit, and we've had over a foot of snow. So I figured this would be a perfect time to do cold weather testing on the MSR Pocket Rocket Deluxe and the new revised Pocket Rocket 2.0. G2 Junior's wanting to sled. We'll be doing that in just a moment. So want to just kind of lay this out for you guys here. We obviously have the Deluxe right there, and we have the 2.0. Obviously the 2.0 is smaller and more compact than the Deluxe, and it is cheaper. The prices I'll throw below for you guys. The 2.0 being about $45, the Deluxe being about $70. So it's definitely more expensive, but it has that igniter switch that we're about to look at here today, so you don't necessarily always need to have the lighter accessible. Now, one thing with this switch, it usually takes at least 2 clicks for me to get it to go. The first one usually will not engage, and even it takes a couple more sometimes depending on how prime the fuel canister is and all that. So it's very functional and very easy for you to engage. The only thing would be just don't be worried if it takes 1 or 2 clicks, and ultimately always have some form of ignition on top of this switch. Don't just rely on the switch, because if it goes out, if it has a problem, issue, whatever, then you're out of luck. You got to have something to throw a spark or a Bic lighter or something like that. But it also has a regulator in it, better for colder environments. So I have let these, both the elements themselves hang out in this extremely cold weather. I have left exactly 2 of the brand new MSR pods, same size. We have the cups. They've been out here for a couple days now, sitting in these frigid temperatures. And we're going to prep some water, and we're going to let these suckers boil, see which one is faster, and then go from there. So I poured 8 ounces of water into each of these 2 metal cups, got those stoves going, and threw those on there, and I was super surprised by the results. Wow. Oh my gosh. That is ridiculous. 45 seconds, give or take. That guy is boiling. Wow. And the second one, the Pocket Rocket 2.0, at about 1 minute 20. So 45 seconds with the Deluxe, 1 minute 20 for that 1 cup of water. Well, the mug with the Deluxe gets my coffee since it got there first. So now I'm doing a burn test, meaning I'm going to run both of these pods that we're looking at dry, and I'm going to try to do my best to see which one burns out first, so they can burn out at the same time. Again, with that regulator on the Deluxe for cold weather environments, that may be very helpful. I don't know if it's going to extend the life of the pod or not. We'll find that out. But also you're going to be able to boil more things quicker because you're using less time with the fuel burning out. So we'll kind of do as scientific as we can. This isn't a lab. This is the backdoor shed lab, backyard shed lab. So we're going to see what happens, see how long both of them burn for. I got the timer still going. We've gotten up to about 10 degrees. Yeah. That's some good instant coffee in the backyard. All right. So as those canisters burn out, we'll come back to that in a little bit, but I just want to run through a couple basic other specs for you. The first thing being that the Deluxe weighs in at 2.9 ounces. The Pocket Rocket 2.0, which is smaller, comes in at 2.6 ounces, so only 0.3 ounces heavier than its smaller sibling, which really does speak to its capability, giving you that extra switch, giving you the extra heat, faster boil times from what I'm seeing in my results, and your results may vary. That I'm just giving you my data that I'm seeing with what I'm doing. And as well as just the simmering capability as well. I took this out in many different environments, not only in the backyard in those ultra cold environments, but also in the backcountry. Was able to simmer soup with it and cook soup and not burn the bottom. You know, it's great that you can get a blasting boiling cup of water fast, but are you able to also, you know, cook on it without it burning everything, you know, because of the intensity of the heat? So it's able to simmer very, very well, and I was very pleased with that capability, even with little breeze coming in and a couple gusts here and there, didn't snuff out and was able to keep that consistent burn. So I was really happy with that as well. So now let's go ahead and get back to what I'm seeing with these pod canisters and how long they're burning compared to the 2.0 and the Deluxe. So it's blown my mind. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. I think these guys are dead. It's crazy. I thought this would be like 30, 40 minutes. Let's see. Okay, so the 2.0 is still catching fire, catching wood on fire. And, man, these guys are still going. Ridiculous. All right, guys, I got to wrap this up. I was not expecting this. I will weigh the canisters. I'm going to turn these off right now. I have had to do the little, I don't know if you can hear that, when you shake them because of how cold it is. It's like 11, what is it right now? It's got all the way up to 13 degrees Fahrenheit today. Started at like 6 degrees, I think. So, I mean, you're definitely having to do like the whole shake the pod to get them. Let's see. Yeah, it's still going. Still catching fire. So I'm going to turn these off. I'm going to weigh them to see which one, you know, still has the most amount of fuel in it. They are very low. I can feel it on the 2.0. I can't feel much on the Deluxe. So we'll find out here shortly. So guys, when I got the canisters back in, the one that was being run by the Deluxe weighed in at 4.3 ounces, and the canister that was running on the 2.0 weighed 4.6 ounces. So only 0.3 ounces difference there on the Deluxe, obviously using a little bit more fuel to produce, you know, the higher heat and quicker boil times from what I'm seeing. And again, this is just in a backyard trying to produce some sort of results that I can go by and give you some data so that you can make a wise decision with that. All right, guys, let's wrap this up and I'll give you my take on these two, the 2.0 Pocket Rocket and the Deluxe Pocket Rocket. Now, going into this, to be honest with you, I was purchasing the Deluxe because I'm totally happy with my 2.0, just more for, okay, you guys want to maybe know, is the switch and the regulator all that much more valuable? I was like, for $25 more in my mind, you know, it's kind of like, what, you're going to get a couple more boils out of it? But whatever the math equals out to, it's a lot more efficient at boiling your water quicker, meaning it'll use less fuel. The Deluxe will. And the switch is nice, though I would always, again, have a backup with it. You know, it's just nice that you don't have to fumble around with it, particularly in cold environments with gloves on, that type of thing. You don't have to fumble around for a lighter or something like that. And the regulator, keeping that heat going for a longer period of time. The Deluxe is super impressive for me, and really the only drawback being the size, that I just can't fit it in my little compact systems. Now, obviously, because I have two, summertime I'll use the 2.0, wintertime I'll use the Deluxe. But if you don't have either and you're trying to decide which one to go with, this would be my opinion. If the majority of your outdoor adventures and the time when you're going to be cooking and boiling water is through the warmer months, and you're looking to cut down on weight and be able to stack and, you know, keep things simple and all compact, just stick with the 2.0. It's still amazing. It'll give you tons of boils. It's still very efficient. It's very compact. And for $45, you're getting an amazing element stove to work off of your fuel canisters. I mean, it's just an epic piece of equipment. But on the flip side, if you are somebody who is willing to sacrifice a little bit in the ounces, you're not as concerned with stacking inside other gear items as much, or maybe your gear items are bigger, and you do either a lot of treks and you're using your stove constantly, and or you are somebody that does go out in colder environments on a regular basis, I think the Deluxe is worth the extra $25-ish, you know, that you would spend on it, because of the longer boils that you're going to get for the per fuel pod and the more consistency out of that regulator. So guys, I hope that this video has helped you out with that. I look forward to hearing your guys' thoughts and any questions that you may have that I maybe missed, or the ideas that you may need to have answered, or things that you're thinking about. I always love to look at the comments and do my best to answer the questions that you guys may have. So throw those below. Check out that other video popping up. Subscribe if you're not a current subscriber, because we're throwing up content like this all the time. And always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.